good time? Where my drinkers at? Please, keep drinking. We get funnier the more you drink. That's a fact. Okay, so tonight's theme is shameless stories. I have lots of shameless stories. I've had a really fun life. I think tonight I'm gonna focus on shameless dating. Yes! Are you a shameless dater? Yes. It's easy to be one when you're so attractive, isn't it? I know. Okay, so I don't want to shock any of you, but I was single for 9 years after my divorce. Thank you for acting shocked. Thank you, it does make me feel better. I was. And we'll go back to the beginning. So I had a really bad week when I was 24. I got fired, I got divorced, and I had to move back into my parents' house. Yeah. I know that's normal now when you were 24, but it wasn't back in the early 2000s. And it's because when you have a broke divorce, it's a lot different than a wealthy divorce, right? Wealthy divorces, they get to spill it up like retirement funds and houses and children. In a broke divorce, you get to split up debts. Lots of debts. Me and my ex-husband, we were basically just walking liabilities. Yeah, our net worth was negative. In some ways, that makes it easier. I honestly, though, like sometimes I'm really mad at my 18-year-old self for picking him. Because, okay, picture this. But 20 years younger and 20 pounds lighter. Yes, thank you. I could have pulled a millionaire. And instead, I picked a broke opera singer from Jackson, Michigan. Yes. So this is my lesson to all you ladies, please. Know the value of your vaginas. Know their worth. Unfortunately, in our society, they're a depreciating asset. So use it to pull the millionaire while you're still young. You know, you can always divorce him, or he can die of mysterious causes. And then you can marry the man of your dreams. You know, there is so much value. And we're just throwing it away on guys on Tinder. So please, use your assets for what they're worth. I wised up after my divorce, and I definitely used my assets. I moved to Hollywood after my divorce. Hollywood is a really fun place when you're a hot girl in your 20s. It's so much fun. Granted, I was there during the Harvey Weinstein years, so it was a little creepy. But, you know, that's fine. It was a lot of free dinners and Quaaludes. Yeah. No, I loved dating. And I'm a lady, so I would never tell you my body count. But I will tell you a couple of my stories. Let's start with the charmer. We're going to keep it anonymous. We'll give them nicknames. The charmer. Okay, so the charmer was very charming. We would walk down the street and people would stop him and say that he looked like a young Bradley Cooper. I know. Unfortunately, he also acted like Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. Have you guys seen that movie? Yeah. For those of you that have missed it, basically, Bradley Cooper's character drunkenly pees himself on stage by Lady Gaga's winning an Oscar. Or something like that. Right? Like, that's the basics. I so highly related with that moment in the film because the charmer had a way of any time I had a career high, metaphorically or physically pissing all over it, like one of those Calvin and Hobbes icons, you know? And you go, Julia, why did think you wise up and break up with him? Well, he was charming. He was. And he came from a great Hollywood family. I know. His family gave me access to people like Jimmy Fallon and Goldie Hawn and Carol Burnett. Breaking up with him would mean I'd have to break up with Don Rickles Jr.
No.
I know. And I could put up with some alcoholism to have Thanksgiving with those kind of folks, you know? He would have had to do something so bad for me to break up with him. But luckily, he did do something so bad for me to break up with him. Okay, so let me set the scene. I was in Miami. One of the biggest performances of my career, performing for 6,000 people at Miami's Bayfront Park. I got an award at the event from the Lieutenant Governor of the state for my virtue. Oh, and I opened for Pitbull. I know. Thank you. Career high. I basically floated my ass back to LAX. That's what people in LA call the airport. Yeah. And when I landed, the charmer sent me a text. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick me up from the airport because he was going to go attend an AA meeting. Which I was proud of him for. He had been on and off the wagon, and it was nice to see him taking this step towards sobriety. So I, again, happily Ubered my ass home. I got back to Santa Monica, my apartment, opened the door. I realized I had a little work to do, and my computer was dead. So I was like, that's okay. I can always check emails on his computer. We share technology all the time. I didn't think anything of it, right? I open up his computer. Weird. Another girl's Facebook's logged in there. It's probably nothing. He was in college, right? Maybe a girl in a study group at the library needed to use his computer. And honestly, we had a lot of trust in our relationship. I would never read his messages. But I didn't know who the this bitch was, so I did check her messages. And, they've been having some trysts. We'll call them trysts. He definitely was not on the wagon. And I decided to just pull a chair in front of the door, sit, and wait. I didn't really know what else to do. It doesn't feel appropriate to text him that I know, right? So I sat there, fuming. It was probably about an hour. The door opens. The charmer was not on that lease. She didn't even knock. I thought I handled it very maturely. No, I didn't. I'm such a good person. So what I did, I looked at her and I just go, you need to go. And then she goes, oh, are you the charmer's girlfriend? Oh my God, he loves you so much. You're not gonna break up with him over this, are you? When I sure as fuck was gonna break up with him over this. When I let her know that, she proceeded to break down at my front door, screaming and yelling so loud my neighbors could hear. So I had to invite her into my apartment. She calmed down after about an hour. I called her an Uber. She said she was taking it 10 minutes away. She took it to San Diego. If you know Southern California, Santa Monica and San Diego are not 10 minutes away from each other. It was a $250 Uber ride. Yeah, it was just a salt on the wound. Yeah. And that's what I needed to close the chapter on the charmer. And that's what opened the chapter on online dating. Yay! So I've done all the online dating. I've done Bumble, I've done Tinder, I've done Hinge. I've even done seeking arrangements. Do you guys know what seeking? Oh, you've done it too!
No!
Okay, well you should. It's great. It's great. It's the only app that anybody's ever offered me money on. Yeah. And the fun thing is the money wasn't even for them to fuck. It wasn't. That's what you would think. But the money was for me to easiest $300 I've ever made. No, people love a good peck joke. They really do. People like thinking about men getting bent over. Yeah, so I like online dating. That's honestly where I met my husband. I met him on Bumble if you need an endorsement. There is one I would not endorse, however, and that is eHarmony. And let me explain why. My mother gifted me a subscription to eHarmony after 9 years of being single. Yeah, she thought I needed the more serious dating app. It's not the one I would have chosen. It has some weird Christian undertones to it, right? And don't get me wrong, I love Jesus. Jesus is my homeboy. I just don't want him in my dating life. You know, it feels like a threesome I didn't sign up for, right? But I gave it a try. eHarmony is known for having an algorithm that matches you with your perfect person. So I took this questionnaire very seriously. I spent more time filling out this questionnaire than I spent taking the SATs. I put in all the good stuff, I put all the bad stuff, put in good pictures, and I let eHarmony do its thing, right? And as it's sitting there spinning, we're finding your perfect match. We're finding your perfect match. We're finding your perfect match. Ding. We found a 98% perfect match within 2 miles of you. Hot shit, right? You have my husband within 2 miles of me? Click. Do you know who eHarmony matched me up with? The Pavarotti mother I divorced in Jackson, Michigan 10 years earlier! How they got within 2 miles of my house of Las Vegas, Nevada is beyond me. And he's definitely not my 98% match. That 2% of non-compatibility is very well tested. And I have the divorce papers to prove it, right? So, I wrote an email to eHarmony demanding my mother's money back. Might have been a little bit of a Karen email, but you know what, here's the thing. I did not spend 4 hours filling out a questionnaire. I did not take loser after loser after loser. I did not spend 9 years being single to end up with the I started with. But here's the hope, ladies. Like I said, I did meet my husband. And he is amazing. So, there's hope, you know? You just have to suck a lot of frogs to find your prince. With that's my shameless dating history, you guys.